All right, everybody, Bryce here, coming at you with another real quick crypto market update, and all I can say is holy freaking cow. Just as quickly as it started, it seems like it's ending, okay? This whole tariff tantrum just got a whole lot better, okay? Now get this, okay? I'm sure you've heard, if you're watching this market update, I'm sure you've already heard and seen the Dow just had its biggest rally in the past 5 years on the news that Trump is pausing these tariffs for 90 days, bringing them to 10%, okay? 10% for everybody except for China. China got boosted to 125%. Okay, so this whole thing, Scott Bessent just went on TV, the Secretary of the Treasury. He said this whole thing's been about China, making them play fair, forcing their hand. Okay, and forcing their hand, he certainly has. He has now cornered them. He said that 75 countries are coming to the table to negotiate, to renegotiate these sort of deals that have been really, predatory to Americans over the past 40 years. And specifically since China got introduced into the World Trade Organization and NAFTA and all that kind of stuff. We don't need to go into a whole history lesson right now. All I need to tell you is just look at this. I mean, just look at this. A perfect falling wedge in Bitcoin. It snapped right below its 200-day average, and it looks like it's about to pop back up. I'm not saying this is an all-out buy signal, go and back up the truck. I'm not quite saying that, okay? Because there's still some bigger macro uncertainty. You still have the volatility in the treasury market, like trading like it's a penny stock, like I said yesterday, with how wild these yields are. But this is a start. This is just going to show that there's major upside headline risk, okay? This is something I've talked about ad nauseum to my subscribers, is that I don't want to be short this market, and I'm going to wait out the storm because sure, there's a lot of crazy things going on, but all it takes is one good tweet, which it was, or one good announcement that's going to assuage the fear, okay? Or smooth over all that fear. And so, again, I'm not saying we're 100% out of the woods, but the technical buy ratings on the oscillators and the moving averages across the altcoin market on the daily time frame have switched from strong sells to much more neutral, and some of them have strong buys, but much more neutral. So you're starting to see what I call a recovery, okay? So do I think that this is going to be a straight to 100K sort of move where altcoins go bananas immediately? I don't think it's going to be that kind of move because I still think there's still some macro uncertainties that are going to weigh on the market a little bit. But throughout all of this, you're realizing Bitcoin reacted very positively to this news. $82,000 all the way from a low of, I think this morning it was right around $73,000. And so that's a huge, huge move in Bitcoin. I think it's really just the start. Again, we're breaking out of a nice technical falling wedge. We've got supports from the lows, the volume weighted average price anchored to the liquidation back in August. Remember the unwind of the whole carry trade. We anchored a volume weighted average price there, and we're finding support there. So the buyers that stepped in there during that mass panic stepped in yet again to defend the price. And this is a really good, did I say good? Good sign, okay? So I'm really excited. Again, this is spelling a bright future for crypto, especially because you have the administration who are all Bitcoin and crypto bulls. In fact, yesterday, the Secretary of Treasury, again, was getting interviewed and said, we are determined, we are bent on finding a way to integrate blockchain to support the overall economy, okay? So these are positive things. And while the stock market and the bond market might still have some volatility, I think the crypto market will too, but I think in the long run, crypto is going to be the fastest horse, okay? So whether we, get some quantitative easing or lower interest rates or anything from the Fed, that'll just be more fuel to the fire. Because what we also have is not just the Fed, but you have all the central banks globally, including the Bank of China, which is going to be stimulating the economy to stave off any recession or any sort of fears and social unrest that might occur from these disruptive tariffs, okay? So now that it's pretty much all the tariffs being targeted on China, and all the other countries are feeling a little bit of breath of fresh air, a little bit of a reprieve, things look like they're just getting back on track, getting back to what you would call calculable risks. A week ago, even as soon as yesterday, these risks were really incalculable. You couldn't figure out how to price things going forward because the markets were pricing in, max tariffs on every country all around the world. Okay, that was a negotiating chip. We've been saying it. That was a negotiating chip to get people to come to the table. And he had to bully people. I'm not going to lie. I mean, this was kind of a bully move, but he knew his cards, right? He's the art of the deal, the negotiator, the master planner here. And he knew his cards. He knew he had the strongest consuming country, which is America. We buy everything from everybody. And we're the customer. We're the global customer of the world. And we get to dictate the terms. So anyhow, there is a lot that, I got to get back to trading here. So I don't want to take up too much more time because these markets are moving extremely fast. But I just got to let you know, this is as excited as I've been in the past several weeks. Again, because we've had some really, really bad times in crypto for the whole quarter. And today was the first sort of a little bit of a relief. Again, I'm not saying I'm going all in right now. I still have large cash positions. And so I still want to slowly re-enter the market. I'm setting limit orders 10, 15% below price on some of these altcoins. Because remember, the altcoins, they're still illiquid. They're still going to be volatile. If we get some more panic in the market for one reason or another, you'll see things come down. So I'm not saying this is going to be a straight line up. I'm saying it's the beginning of the end. And that's what I like to hear, okay? The beginning of the end of this whole tariff tantrum that has spooked markets down to levels not seen for a while, okay? So anyhow, long story short, use proper risk management. Use your brain. Don't FOMO, meaning when the market's rallying as hard as it is, don't buy the top. Just set some limit orders. Again, 5, 10, 15% below price. Use some stop losses and happy trading, because this is a really, really interesting time in the market. And it's not the time to fold in and say, hey, I'm going to figure it out later. It's the time to really zoom in, really really pay attention and not panic. Really don't panic. That's the worst that you could do. So anyhow, I got to get back to it. I really appreciate your time, and I hope to see you guys making some happy, successful trades here in the near future. And also, real quick, if you don't already have a subscription to a service where you could get fundamental technical analyst, fundamental research, newsletters, video walkthroughs of how to conquer and master the crypto markets. If you don't have something like that, that's really going to give you a robust understanding with buy zones and sell zones and how we're trading the market. If you don't have it, but you want it, then I got a deal for you. For $1, I'm going to give you a 1-week trial, okay? $1, 1-week trial to Crypt Nation. It's our incredible research service that we are really proud of. We're offering that to you. Again, 1 week, $1. Hit that button below. Come and see what's inside. Come trade with us. Join a community of over 10,000 crypto investors and traders, and we'll see you inside. Take care.